doesn't weigh very much. Little rookie, look at him hook into Old Hall there. People going around the outside, up the inside, everybody trying to fight for position. Everybody fortunately is safely through though, over the hill, down towards you, Bradley, though I appreciate we're struggling to hear you down there at all. So I'm looking towards the MZs now. We see a haze of blue smoke arise at the back. Let's see who's managed to get the jump here in that particular class. I think it's the familiar white helmet of Alex Mann up the front, but it's Pete Woodall coming fast on that beautifully prepared machine. But Pete looks at the inside. It looks as though Alex is going to go around the outside. Oh yes, chops his nose off very well, and down the hill he goes. Alex Mann with a great lead. He's going to have a dozen bike lengths or so as he hooks over the top there at Avenue as he goes down towards Denton's and then into Cascades. Wait till we get some sector times coming in to give us an idea of how everybody is doing out there. We don't get a sector time first time round, so we'll have to struggle on with that just a little bit now. Now with the Ninjas, we won't be giving out the Team Green spot prizes, unfortunate rider prizes and things like that, simply because we're going to save everything to the next round at Oulton Park. So slightly depleted number of prizes to hand out here for tonight. Don't worry, there'll be loads more at Snetterton. Okay, over the top we come then. Let's have a look who's going to trip the timing beam first. And out in front, it is the youngster Hudson Cooper, who's ahead of Henry McCartney. Travis Rooker there in third place, making the most of that start. Then it's Kian Booser, the youngster, ahead of Garrett. Then it's the Cerson Seniors, Darren Booser, who leads Izzy Wingate, who's had a terrible opening lap. She loses a couple of places there. Chloe Gleason makes up one. Danny Huskinson makes up 4 places there. Bray drops 3. Looks like Rhodes has made up 4. Conrad Breeze loses a couple. Definitely lots of chopping and changing. Kling makes up 4. Fisher goes down 4. Allroyd makes up 7 places. A bit of chatter on the radio there. Not quite sure what that relates to. As the MZs come across the line, and it is Alex Mann leading the way of Andy Wales. Then it is Pete Woodall, Chris Kent, Harry Lavacraft, and then it is Gordon Ryan, I think, up next. I notice we've got a pair of Ryans out there, so we've got Declan Ryan, so I've got to try not to mix those up. It is actually Declan Ryan leading Gordon Ryan. Not sure if they're related at all, but they're certainly very close on the track. Chris Rogers makes up 3 places on that particular lap. Looks like Baker, Wolf and Turner didn't make it to the grid. Now the MZs, as I mentioned before, another class who have a rent-a-racer available, so have a look at your program for details of the rent-a-racer. And if you're interested in not just being a spectator but actually being out on track, these lunatics, please feel free to get in touch. Around about 500 quid for the weekend, buys your works right effectively. You will need an ACU licence and all your own gear and stuff like that, but nonetheless it's an absolutely fabulous experience, and the MZ guys and girls will happily look after you. Get in touch with Graham Lewis, who's running the program now. You'll find him in the MZ paddock or on their Facebook page. Over the line then come these battling ninjas. It is Hudson Cooper, Henry McCartney, not a lot between them. Over the line this time, 0.199 of a second. And the fastest man on the track there was McCartney. Rookie now dropping back a little bit, 7.5 seconds back into Garrett. And Booster for very close company indeed. Looks like a senior Booster who's trying to hang on to his son there, but he's just a little bit further back. Izzy Wingate stays where she is. Chloe Gleason making place there, but she's 4 seconds behind Izzy now. Danny Huskinson stays where he is in second of the seniors there. Bray, Rhodes, Swarbrick, Allroyd, Kling, Hasler, Fisher, Crone, Rhodes, Cowie going past Smith there. Allroyd making up 3 places, so good lap for that youngster. Waiting for the MZs to come across the line, and it's Alex Mann who leads Andy Wales by 0.3 of a second. Pete Woodall now 4 seconds back on him. It's Chris Kent, Harry Lamacraft. It is Declan Ryan up next, and it's John Ashmead, Gordon Ryan, Chris Rogers. I'm not sure what's going on with Chris, but that sort of performance is definitely a little bit subpar for him. I mentioned we need to look at the lap records for all of these classes today. There's been a little bit of resurfacing, and Oulton Park in the sunshine, of course, is a very rare thing indeed. Beating the lap record there, so you've congratulations to the youngster there. Now the senior lap record's even quicker. Phil Stickson, as it says in the program, I've got to correct that one. That's a 57, so I don't think that's going to get challenged, given that the fastest lap we've seen so far is a 2:03. So that shows you just how quick Phil was when he was battling with those youngsters. But we're already broken the first of the lap records today, definitely. We're at 58.665, and I imagine there's a little bit more to come, because certainly young McCartney wants to find his way past on even, I think, younger, certainly smaller, Mr. Cooper. But over the line this time, quarter of a second separates them, and we're into the 58s once again for the pair of them, both 58.7 for each of them there, 58.72, 58.78. Ruka Garrod come across the line there, Kian Booser. Easy Wingate goes past on Darren Booster there, relegates the senior there, but he's still leading the seniors ahead of Danny Huskinson, who makes up a place as he passes Chloe Gleason. These guys are all in the over 2 minutes. The only ones who are really quick are those two leaders there. Looking at the MZ lap records, it is Alex Mann's lap record from 3 years ago, 2:04.76. So you kind of expect him to be going well. Wait and see how he trips the timing beam, but the last time over the line they were a couple of seconds or so away from that. No real changes until we get to 15th place, where Fisher has gone past on Kling, and that's a battle for 5th and 6th in the seniors. Crone goes past on Hasler, but again that's just a on-track battle thing going on there. Cowie goes past on Rhodes, relegates her to, let's see, 13th in class. So MZs are over the line. We're in the 2:06s pretty consistently there. So that seems to be the hot pace for the MZs at the moment. So Alex Mann's lap record is not trouble. So certainly Henry McCartney has become our first definite lap record breaker of the weekend. Only by a fraction of a second, but that's what lap records are all about. Was it 58.7? A little bit of a toe there from Cooper. There's not a lot of Cooper to pick up a toe from, but you'll take whatever little advantage you can get anywhere around the circuit. Having said that, McCartney has now gone quicker in Sector 1 by a couple of tenths of a second as well. He's done 25.225 in Sector 1 against his rivals 25.4, so 2/10 of a second. They're side by side over the line. Are we going to see a challenge? It's Cooper down the inside. He holds on to the line, but McCartney there was the one who tripped the timing beam over the top there. He didn't get a lap record. It is a 6.65. He did a 6.61, so literally 0.06 of a second difference there. That's how quick the kid is. As we see another challenge going over, that's Wingate and Kian Booser. They're having a good little battle there. That's Izzy Wingate. They're set up for 6th place overall, and they're separated by a quarter of a second of the line, and I think that was Izzy having a look at Kian down the inside. Couldn't quite do it, but I think it's going to be a challenge a little bit later on. I wish Bradley could join the party and tell us what's happening there. Conrad Breve moves up into 3rd of the seniors there. Changes down the further down. We do see Crone go past on Clean, so those two still having a good little battle, albeit just for a bit of fun. Waiting once again for the MZs to come towards us. It's Alex Mann from Andy Wales. 2:05, so these guys getting a little bit quicker there. They're starting to get into the lap traffic as well. They're starting to catch some of the slower Ninja riders as well, and we do see a challenge on Woodall by Kent there. That's for 3rd place. That's all about a medal there. 3rd place, those two have raced together plenty of times, so they can trust each other immensely. Chris Kent, Harry Lamacraft, Gordon Ryan, and Declan Ryan. John Ashmead there as well. Looks like everybody's keeping it sunny side up at the moment, which is absolutely great news. Waiting once again for our leaders. Nobody goes any quicker out the back there. A little bit faster for Cooper at 25.7 than his rival McCartney with a 25.6. They could be catching some back markers of their own. If they're going to come across the line, they will be 5 laps into this 8th lap encounter. So 3 laps left. They are catching some of the slower MZs very rapidly indeed. We do see this with the split starts, even on a track as big as the Oulton Park one here. Over the line, separated by fractions of a second. I think that was Cooper over McCartney by 1/10 of a second. Sorry, 100th of a second even. Move the decimal point a little bit, and it's a side-by-side challenge all the way down the hill. Both in the 59.2s that time round. These two really are the class of the field. There goes Rooker having that battle with Garrett as well. And again, they're side-by-side, separated by 200ths of a second. And behind them, Booser, Wingate also separated a fraction of a second with Darren Booser also in the mix and still leading the seniors. And I don't think Danny Huskinson's going to catch him at this stage. Huskinson's best lap of a 2:04 will give him a reasonable grid position, but looks like Bemsee with the 2:02 is the quicker of the senior men today. As the rest of the field come over, or any change there? Yep. Archie Allroyds has made up another place there as he goes past on Swarbrick, but again, that's those two just having an argument every single lap, I think, between the two of them. The big gaggle coming across the line there as the Cowie Rose. There goes Wales, and man, it is a change in the MZs there. Andy Wales has found a little bit of something somewhere. He goes a few tenths of a second quicker than Alex Mann, passes him, makes up 2 places overall. We're losing somebody down. That's one of the lap riders who's dropping down the board there, so I don't need to worry too much about them. This is Plummer in North Weald, and a very skillful plumber. I speak as somebody who's used Mr. Rogers' services a number of times. Genuinely happy to recommend him. So there you go, and a personal recommendation for the man as Cooper and McCartney come across the line, separated by quarter of a second in 59.059.2. 2 laps left in this particular race. There is a faster lap out there somewhere because Cooper did manage to put in a purple at sector 2 this time round. That indicates to us there's a little bit more to be found as Rooker and Garrett go over the line. Really nothing between those two. Again, 5/10 of a second. And that next battle between Kian Booser and Izzy Wingate. Again, that is for some serious points in the juniors. Cooper, McCartney, Rooker, that's been in order all the way, but I'm not sure if Rooker's going to be able to hang on to Garrett here for the next couple of laps. Number 27 bike has been looking more and more threatening as the race goes on. As we get the call out for the next race, Alfie Garrett, the young man from Galveston. Not Galveston, Galveston. I have no idea where it is either, but it has a nice little ring to it. Alex Mann has regained the domination in the MZs. He managed to put one of the slower MZs, showing slower ninjas between himself and Andy Wales. In fact, it was not a very good lap there for Andy Wales. 2:12. He must have had a little bit of a run-on moment or something. He's basically lost 7 seconds on that particular lap, which is great news for Alex Mann. He turns at another 2:05, so not too far away from the pole position money as the last lap flag is being ready down there, and we'll be getting twirled in the direction of Cooper and McCartney. He's going to be coming to us very shortly indeed, and there they go, and that's the biggest gap we've seen the entire race. Hudson Cooper absolutely flying, 6/10 of a second. Doesn't go any quicker. I think it's just a bit of a wobbly lap there from McCartney early in the lap. He certainly made up for it in the latter part of the lap because he again goes purple with a 32.9 in the second half of the track, so he's going to have to really open those taps, turn up the wick, or any other analogy you can think of. It looks like Garrett has actually got the better of Rooker there, so the 27. Good job from him. Again, he's another one who's managed to find a little bit of time that time, Alfie. So he opens up the gap and he's looking good to pick up a solid medal there. About 6th, 7th place, so he'll be looking to pick up his first ever medal with the British Motorcycle Racing Club. So this could be definitely good news for him. Waiting for the MZs to come across the line. See who's doing what to whom. Have a look at the seniors there. Still Danny Huskinson in second with Conrad Breeze in third. Swarbrick, Fisher, Kling, Hasler. Coming over. Some of these youngsters are very small. These Kawasaki's are not big bikes in real terms, but they certainly look huge with these kids on them. Alex Mann has gone across the line very handily ahead of Andy Wales. The good old Chris Kent as Archie Ormroyd unfortunately drops down the order, so we've lost him somewhere around the circuit, which is a great shame for the youngster who's doing very well there. Strong midfield performance from him. I think Garrett is going to indeed, as Alfie Garrett indeed claim that third place, waiting for him to come across the line now. He's got Travis Rooker very close to him. They've got a slower bike there as well. Who does the clock give it to in the end? It's Travis Rooker. Just gets him on the line there by a quarter of a second. So Travis Rooker does take another medal home with him. Kian Booser comes home in fifth place, ahead of Easy Wingate. Darren Booser takes the win in the seniors. Okay, all good stuff. So a couple of people to get in from the circuit there after that last race. And I do apologise for the lack of Bradley once again, which is very annoying for all concerned. A, because we love to hear his dulcet tones, especially on his birthday, but also because he can actually see a huge chunk of the track